prom dress?
They don't know.
All right, the microphones are hot.
I have a mask on.
Oh God! See, he's gonna do P. Diddy and tape us,
and then
it's gonna be insurance.
Get compensation.
Whatever.
Listen.
Run, hamsters,
Yeah.
run.
I'm sure somewhere there's a video out there. There's a foot video.
Your homeless encounter.
That's your
Yes.
homework for next week, people.
Oh, yeah.
Find those feet.
Oh God! My God! Yes. Well, he no longer lives with me, so we're good.
Oh.
Speaking of encounters, welcome back, everybody. Today is day 2 of our wonderful topic of sexuality and encounters. Yesterday's episode, cousin Angelo revealed to us that he had a celebrity encounter with a K. And so we have him back again today so that he can talk about his encounter. Cousin Angelo.
Yes.
What happened?
Yeah. So you'll love this, right? Because these two people are near and dear to my heart on many levels.
Pins and needles, Angelo.
And
Pins
this is
and
not the
needles.
first
Edge of
time
my seat.
that I've had an encounter with them
Oh, we know.
Oh.
individually and together.
Oh.
Yep.
Keep it in the family.
Your mom will love this,
Oh,
cousin Louie,
shit.
because she's one of the
Housewives?
alumni of Beverly Hills, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So yesterday I had breakfast up at the Glen, which is on Mall. Do you know Glen Center?
I do.
Okay, so that's a hot
That's
spot.
so far from Montecito.
Yeah, well,
That's in my hood.
I was.
That's my hood.
That's right, Bel Air.
Yeah.
What's the zip code, Angelo?
It is Bel Air. Yeah. So I drove all the way from Montecito to
Yeah.
have lunch in Bel Air.
Special.
One canyon to another canyon. It's a cute little spot up there, though, because there's little shops, and then there's there's a deli up there that makes wonderful sandwiches.
Yep, and
I'm
that's
sorry,
where I had. No,
I digressed you.
no, but I'm glad that you know where it's at, and I'm not surprised. I've been up there many times, and I've ran into other celebrities, which I'll share for another time. But I was going in to use the restroom. The friend that I was with, we were about to leave, and who do I see? Lo and behold, Miss Lisa Rinna and Harry Hamlin.
Oh, wow. And I've heard these names before because of you.
Well, if you recall, the video which did not air on Do It Like Danny.
Yeah, why didn't that video not air? Oh, because it was after the fact.
Well, Lisa Rinna actually sang "Happy Birthday" to me on
That's right,
tape,
because
and I
Kat
have
held a knife at her throat.
Cat with a K. Yes. So I said hello. I got to show Lisa the video. She got a kick out of it. I got to speak with them, right? It wasn't just a hi and bye and a
Mr.
here's my.
Hamlin?
Yeah, he looks great. I have hiked with them up in Fryman
I think
Canyon.
we all have encountered them on Fryman. They're always in Fryman.
But that was my encounter, and I have proof. I have photos. We took photos.
You never wash that part of your elbow again.
Yes. They're great.
Celebrity
Yeah.
Corner was on fire today.
Yeah. and I love those
corner
moments.
was busy.
I love those moments. I love you, Lisa Rinna and Harry Hamlin. You can catch
never
them
see
all
this.
the time on Fryman Canyon hiking.
Yeah, and they really, you say hi, oh my God, hi. She's always like, oh my God, hi.
Yeah.
And he's very like, hello, good morning. Yeah,
Yeah.
They're very nice. But listen, I interrupted your
Digress.
celebrity
No,
encounter with
Yeah.
more. So who else did you have celebrity
So-
encounter with?
So I happened to be with Kat, who's been on the show. So
With a K.
with a K. So we were up at the Glen at the deli there, and she goes, the last time I was here, John Voight was here. Literally, we turn around and he's at the table with his family behind us. So fast forward about 4 months later, I'm with two friends, Eric and my friend Silva. And I said, the last time I was here with Kat, John Voight was here. And as I'm saying that, he's walking out of a store next to the deli. And I just very casually said, oh, John, hey, it's Angelo. He walked over and I said, this is my friend Silva. This is my friend Eric. And they got a kick out of it because they're like, it's like you've known him forever. And he didn't blink an eye. So they're used to it, and I love it. And, so the difference between your encounters and my encounters is that they're
Mine
in your
involves
work.
sex?
They're in
Sorry,
your,
John Voight.
There's more than one guy named
Well-
John usually.
yeah. Oh, John Voight. Did I say John Voight?
Yes.
Yeah. But
I don't think he picked that up.
yours, I did. Now, Yours are to be expected because you're in a studio where celebrities are coming through. Mine are out in the wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if you brought a camera, you could actually sell those photos.
Yeah, well, listen, I worked for an actress for 7.5 years. That's right. And
That's
so
right. And what was her name again?
Yeah.
Parker what?
Betty
Posey?
Davis. So
Parker Posey.
who I've
Oh,
met, she's
poor
lovely.
Parker. She is lovely.
She
Oh
She
yeah,
is
I
lovely.
love Parker
Yeah.
Posey.
Yeah.
Parker Posey is
She
great.
was amazing on White Lotus season 3. I loved her.
Yeah.
She was perfect.
So I watched how people would approach Park. And some people would, like you were saying, it's like, okay, you get beyond. A lot of people can't get beyond the initial excitement of encountering a celebrity. And then they get stuck. It's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then they can't have a conversation beyond that.
Yeah, because they're so caught up and
Enamored.
enamored. They're like,
Yep.
right? And I guess, bringing it back to me, I guess that
is your
I
show.
am, this is so sad. I'm just so desensitized to it.
But that's because of your
I
work
have
environment.
breathed the same air as Beyonce and
Yeah.
Janet Jackson, and I'm not saying like, you know what I mean. I'm just saying like, you're doing stuff. You're like, okay, we got to do this, we got to do that, and that you don't stop and think about it. You don't have the opportunity
Yep.
in when you're on the studio stage to be like, oh hey, you know. But you're lucky, and you are so good at that. And I
Well,
think
thank
I
you.
said it last episode also too.
Thank you. Thank you.
I
you.
wish that I had that ability.
Yeah.
But because I'm desensitized, like when I see celebrities now, so too, you're just like, oh, I don't want to bother them.
Yeah.
Hi, you acknowledge, and then you move on. Because I
Yeah.
don't want to, I've seen people come up
Yeah.
to the celebrities that I've worked with. Oh my God, even Sharon Osbourne, people like,
Oh, yeah.
they would freak and they'd be like and they'd be crying, and you see them and people just lose their shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, are you okay? And it almost, if you don't know the person, right, it just comes off as, it looks crazy.
Yeah.
It looks
Yeah.
crazy because like, you're my most favorite ever. Oh, right. And there's tears coming out, and they don't even know what to do, you know?
Yeah.
And so I never wanted to be that person.
Yeah.
You know, and I think I robbed myself of moments of like, oh my God, Beyonce is like 6 inches away from me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Janet Jackson is literally right there in front of me.
Those are big names.
And those are big,
Yeah.
huge
Yeah.
names. And
Yeah.
P. Diddy also too.
I love that story you told. And, you know, you told a story about when he was on Tyra's show.
He was on Tyra.
And he insisted on coming down and landing on a
In a
helicopter.
helicopter.
So with this trial, just to step back for a moment, with this trial.
We're going back?
Here we go.
Yeah, it's being talked about how everything is about his image and he wants to be the biggest. So, for example, his last publicist was talking about it was a slow news week and P. Diddy said, time to change my name. And that's how he was getting some attention. So it's not surprising that he would want to make such a dramatic entrance.
So here's what's really interesting to me. So like, you know, we grew up in the Madonna days, right?
Yep.
And then for those of you that don't know, American Bandstand,
Yeah.
right? Dick
Yep.
Clark. For all you kids out there, look it up. It was amazing back in the day. And I remember when Madonna first performed on American Bandstand, and I believe Dick Clark asked her, like, what do you want to be? And she goes, I want to rule the world.
We are a couple of weeks into the new year. What do you hope will happen, not only in 1984, but for the rest of your professional life? What are your dreams? What's left?
To rule the world.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Madonna.
Oh.
Right?
Yep.
And fast forward, and this was, I mean, it was very much in the beginning,
Yeah.
you know? So I think it's interesting that, like, people kind of pick apart Diddy about trying to change his image and do all those different things, right? But all the celebrities do it.
Oh,
Yeah. It's all for
All
attention.
of them do it. It's all about branding now. It's
Yeah.
all about how we can make money. I mean, look at Taylor Swift. I mean, God, her image. I feel bad for her. I mean, because I feel like somewhere in a deep, dark closet, she's like 50 Shades of Taylor Gray. You know what I mean? Like,
Like she's crazy.
like she's you know getting spanked and she's up against the wall getting choked out.
think?
Like, oh God, totally. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry, Taylor. If you ever come on the show, I'm so sorry, Taylor. I don't mean to ruin it. You
Are
can
we
ask
gonna
me about
are
it
we
later
gonna
on
get
the
cease and
show.
desist?
You know, no, because I just feel like, you know, you present this image for so long
Yeah.
that you're gonna snap.
Yep.
Something's gonna turn.
that.
You can't keep pretending. And listen, and I say pretending. Maybe Taylor is that way,
Yeah.
but I mean, she's dating a football player. That's a uniform, and they're rough guys. I know this, and so I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You
But
know,
more and more is being revealed with these scandals over celebrity and sexuality, just kind of, piggybacking off of our last show. It's happening all over.
I believe that it's always existed. I think
Yeah.
with the advent of technology, it is more accessible, right?
And lawsuits.
I mean, because even like Lucille Ball and
Desi Arnaz? Yeah.
So it was well known that he
Yep.
was a
Player.
ladies' man, and he was out and about, and he was secret meetings, and back then, what was it? Lucille Ball, they invented the 3-camera system. So do you think those followed him around? No.
Well-
They didn't have the technology, but
Yeah.
now we have pinhole cameras and we can put things in certain places. But I'm sure if we were able to go back in time and we were able to kind of like really be a fly on the wall,
Oh, yeah.
I bet you we'd see
some
some
shit.
really raunchy shit.
Oh, yeah.
Rock Hudson.
Rock Hudson, but just real quickly on Lucille Ball front, some of those storylines where she's jealous and there's other women on the show, the I Love Lucy show, those were based off of some of the situations that were happening in real life.
That I did not know. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yep.
Art, imitating life,
Yep.
vice versa,
Yeah.
life imitating art. I mean, where do you think all these stories come from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, look at television right now. Look at all the stories that are going on in television. I think you had mentioned something.
Oh, the studio with Seth Rogen. Have you guys seen that?
I have not.
no.
Oh, so that show's really, really good because it has something to say, but it's so masked in comedy. Like maybe the points might just be overlooked, and people might just push it off as like, it's just funny. Who cares? So it follows Seth Rogen, and he just landed this job as the studio head in the first episode because his predecessor got fired. It's like 10 episodes, and he has to like juggle with wanting to make good art, good films, but in order for him to keep his job, he has to mask it with shit like Kool-Aid. So he tries to get this Kool-Aid movie made because the studio wants that, right?
Yeah.
So he has to try to figure out, well, how am I going to make this fucking movie last? And he gets Martin Scorsese to direct it. But there's more to it, but I don't want to give too much.
Oh.
But
Oh.
you're like, how the hell does that work? That's the fucking genius part of this whole show. It's just so funny. You just
And
gotta
it's on
watch
Apple
it.
TV.
Apple Plus, yeah.
Is it
Apple Plus
Is
or
it
Apple Plus.
changed? Is it?
I don't know.
Well, Apple TV is what you get with the little triangle square thing.
Oh,
That's what they give you.
okay.
Apple Plus is the actual paid service.
Oh, I'm so old.
Yeah. Well, I don't.
Seth
I mean,
Rogen is brilliant, by the way.
but do you like that kind of comedy? Like
Yeah,
that's what it
absolutely,
is.
yeah.
It's dry
yeah,
sense
yeah,
of humor,
yeah.
but it's it's hard to explain it. But it's good. I mean, I haven't seen it. I'll brush up on it. For me personally, when it comes to Apple, I don't feel that they have enough content that justifies me paying every single month.
Aw.
So what I do is I'll
Do the
sign
30-day?
up. Although I'll give away my secret. So when you go and you buy movie tickets at
Yeah.
AMC,
Yeah.
AMC, whenever you buy movie tickets, will always give you some sort of like promotional offer
That
at the
is
end of
correct.
it, right?
Yes.
And so I always take advantage because I'll wait a few months and then I'll buy some tickets to go see a movie. And then at the end of it, it'll say, you qualify for 3 months of Apple TV. And I'm like, oh, do I? Right?
Again?
Again? Oh my God. So I click it, right? And then I get 3 months for free and I catch up on everything like Severance. So like going back to, remember Severance
yeah.
was like really good. So I only saw episode 1 of Severance because the next week my Apple subscription got canceled. And for some people it'll be like, oh my God. But for me, I was like, it's okay, I'll just wait to order a movie in a little bit, right? So we're coming up that time again where I'm kind of clear for a few months because here's the thing. You have to time it just right.
Yeah.
Because if you don't time it just right, then it'll say, you've already redeemed this offer. And I'm like, no, it's been over a month. So they already know who's getting free television
Oh,
from
yeah.
Apple TV.
Oh, yeah.
So anyways, I mean, they get enough of my money already. I mean, come on, with dirty music and the phone being $8 million. I mean,
see an
come
Apple
on.
computer in front of you.
I know, like
To play devil's advocate, I will say Apple TV or Apple Plus, has some of the best shows right now, in my personal opinion. At least some that have like drawn me to be on that platform just a tad bit more, like Severance. Shrinking's another one. The studio I just mentioned, we just talked about. There's another one. It's called Plutonic, also with Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne. Oh. And they're a great pair when it comes to comedy. But I don't know. It's just a little bit more like my speed right now.
And see, the way you feel about that is the way I feel about Peacock.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, Peacock is
Is that because P is in the title?
Well, speaking of P in the title, oh my God!
Whoa! What?
really quick. So I went to go visit my sister this past weekend, right? And we went into a market called Grocery Outlet, right?
Okay.
Love Grocery Outlet. Like, they're going to be our sponsor. You wait and see. Let me get done. And so Grocery Outlet is like, I don't know how to explain it. So it's like shit that like other markets get rid of. So you can find brands from Whole Foods, brands from Sprouts inside there, and they may only have like 4 or 5 of a particular item.
Yeah.
But you can get it, and it's at a deeply discounted rate, right?
Yeah.
Some of the things, maybe they're going bad next week, but who cares, right? It's a little salmonella. Get ready for summer. So anyways, fast forward to that. So we're in there, and we're looking at all the different things, and we go into the chip aisle, right? And so my sister, we joke, just like we joke here also too, and we're talking, we're laughing, and all of a sudden she goes, "Oh my God." And I'm like, what? And I look over, and she's looking at this bag of chips. I took a picture of it. So you're going to have to put the picture up. So this is the picture of the bag of chips. And the name of it was Pitos. Pitos. Peetos. Now, for those of our bilingual friends in Do It Like Danny Land, Pito means dick in Spanish. So I can only imagine the little children going, "Mommy, dame pito." Okay? And they're chips. I know that was my.
Oh God, we're gonna get canceled. We're getting canceled.
We laughed so hard. I was like, "Oh my God!" But
That's so fucking good.
But going back to what you said, Louis, it's like it's true. Somewhere in a room, there were marketing people that were like, "Oh my God, this is gonna be all the rage. Our chips are gonna be called Pitos," right? Not even thinking that there was a Mexican in the room, or someone said, "We should probably double check to see what that means."
And not to like interrupt that, but to go back to what I was talking about the studio, there's a fucking episode exactly like that where they put some people in this movie and they look back and they go, "We can't have these people in this movie."
Yeah.
And it's so funny how they just keep the whole episode's that. They think, "Oh no, it looks great. It looks great." By the end of it, it's great. It's funny.
Because the premise of that studio, I just looked it up, is they're balancing out making movies with the demands of corporate.
Correct.
So
it's also just trying to play into like the cultural like weirdness that kind of goes on with people. It's got to be this, it's got to be that. It can't be, if it's not Native American, you can't have it. It's kind of like playing off of that.
Oh wow.
So it's got some real world like that's in there. And you go, wow.
How everyone's trying to appease everybody.
Correct.
Yeah.
I get
Everybody
that.
wants the fucking trophy.
Did you use your manly voice at Grocery Outlet since you were out in?
Well, we were far. We were like in Rosamond.
Oh.
So I kind of didn't, and I kind of did.
Yeah.
There were a few times because there were some, little savory characters that were in there, and I was like, "Oh, look at that chip, Pitos." No, I didn't.
Oh man.
I mean, we were by the prison, so I'm sure, like me talking, they would have been like, "Hey, what's up, Mom?" Hi.
Oh, is that when you disappeared for about an hour?
My poor sister's looking
Came
for
back
me.
wearing stripes.
Where is he? Stripes.
That's how you know when he
It's
disappears.
orange.
If he's gone for more than an hour, he'll be back. But there's a story
Oh,
behind
yeah,
it.
I did that to you guys in the bar one time.
He's done that, yeah.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
into it.
I get busy. I get lost.
We went out just real quickly to touch on that since you brought it up. We all went out and we met Daniel out, or we went out together, or we met him
They
there.
followed me.
And suddenly, we're there, we're having a great time, and then he disappeared. So now we're getting ready to leave because this one's been gone at least a half hour. We figured he went home. Needless to say, he was crawling out of a van.
Boy, he just
Going,
rolled
no,
him.
I'm still here.
They rolled him out. I'm fine.
I thought he was getting
He said he
kidnapped.
had candy. I love candy.
He's like, what? No, it's nothing around my neck.
I love a good piece of taffy. Far be it from me to ever deny a stranger who's offering candy.
Or pitos.
So speaking of pitos, what are you watching on television?
I just watched a brilliant movie called Prom Queen.
Oh.
It is a take on 80s slasher movies, Carrie, all of those combined. They did a brilliant job. It's on Netflix. It is
cool.
so well done.
And is it I'm sorry.
No, the music, the writing, the acting, the directing, the cinematography, it's just point
Perfect.
Well, no offense, because you know
Yeah.
you do talk about old things, but
Yeah.
is that something that has been recently released, or is
It's
this from the
2025.
70s?
2025. Yep.
I'm impressed.
And I just watched the last series or season of You.
Oh,
Y-O-U.
I got to catch up on that.
Brilliant.
So
Brilliant.
Going back to that real quick and
Yep.
encounters.
Yep.
So the bookstore in that show
Yes.
is on York and 91st. Yeah, York and 91st.
So it's an actual bookstore.
It's a natural bookstore
Okay.
where they film those scenes, and right next door is my favorite sushi spot. It's called
Oh.
Sushi Suki. So when
I
it
love
came
it.
out the first time, season 1, I was like, oh my God, I have sushi. It's on the Upper East Side.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, I eat sushi there all the time. So that was, for me, when I've been to places and I see things, I'm like, oh my God, I get excited.
Of course. That's what I felt
Maybe
about.
I should be excited like celebrities like you, but
Yeah.
me, I'm like, that's a bookstore. Oh, look. You know?
I have stories. Bianca Jagger. I have stories.
Oh, we know.
Yeah.
Shaq. I mean, I have stories.
Yeah. We'll have to find out next week.
Yeah.
But we're talking about encounters. And we're talking about television. So before we go, I kind of want to give everybody some homework. So my new show that I've been watching is on Prime, Amazon Prime, because I get things shipped. Pitos. And so the name of the show is called Overcompensating. And so it stars Benito Skinner. And for those of you that don't know who Benito Skinner is, he's also known as Benny Drama on his YouTube channel. And he is known for his skits, his impersonations, making fun of Trump. I'm sorry, excuse me, our president. And he has transitioned into the mainstream. And so the show is called Overcompensating, and it's about, because you were asking what it's about.
Yep. What is it about?
I'm glad you asked. So it's about a teenager who he knows that he's gay, but the father and the mother pump him up so much that he's forced to live this secretive life, right? He lives a secret life because the dad wants him to be a football star and mom wants him to be prom king, right? And so he has to live up to what his parents want. Well, he gets the opportunity.
Sorry.
It's
Yeah.
okay, we're good. That's just me. My stomach is growling.
It must be the hummus you made.
Thank you. And so he is going to college, and he begins to learn about himself and how he pretends to be straight.
Oh.
And so I don't want to give it too much away, but I think that you should go see it and you should go watch it, because the reason why Overcompensating has all the episodes out now, and I think it's actually hilarious. I think it's so funny. I think it's so now, and I think that, not that I want to be a football star, but I feel like the reason why I'm mentioning it is because we mentioned yesterday's show about being uncomfortable in your sexuality. It really speaks to me because I feel like I was in some of those situations.
Oh, interesting.
So
Is it told like a comedy?
I'm sorry?
Is it told like a comedy?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yes, that's my
Okay.
stomach. Sorry, Red, it's my stomach. It's not. It's pepper. Shut up.
She's still alive, everybody.
Yes, we do. Pepper update.
She's not dead.
She's alive.
Yes.
Thank you to Metformin, insulin, an eye transplant. What else did you get? She got a kidney, pancreas. Bitch, I'm trying to tell them everything, okay? And now a cochlea implant because she can't hear. So
Did you say cuckold?
And that'll be for next week's episode.
That's Nancy
Cuckolding.
Disgrace. So we've heard enough of the grumbling already. Go watch Overcompensating. That's your homework. I want to hear from you when you like, you follow, you subscribe on Facebook, TikTok, TikTok, and Instagram, which is our favorite. We love Instagram. We hope that your stomach isn't grumbling next week because we want you to be feeding off of this show. Oh, God, that sounds weird.
Yeah.
Okay, well, with that being said, I hope you guys have a great week and a great weekend. And remember to always do it like Danny.